drafted. This year, though, the first ever 12U event. 28 players. It will take place on the final Sunday in the month of August at the East Cobb Baseball Complex in Marietta, Georgia. It will be a 7-inning game, and then the following weekend, Labor Day weekend, Friday, the Perfect Game All-American Classic, Saturday, the 14U Select Festival, and Sunday will be the 13U Select Festival. And joining me, and she's been joining us the last couple of years, right beside these athletes, is my broadcast partner, Danny Wexelman. Danny, for you, you've seen the 14U event, you've seen it on the field, the 13U event, you've been a part of both on national TV. Now, the first ever, the inaugural 12U event, this is going to be a blast with these kids.
These are my favorite weekends by far. I circle the date on my calendar. I pack a week ahead of time because this is just a chance to have fun, to show off. These guys have had a tough year, right? Their summer ball, their travel ball has been reorganized, delayed. They've had to go through some really hard things, and now they get a chance to shine on a new stage, a huge stage for them, and they just get to have a good time. This is my favorite weekend of all, and I can't wait to meet these guys and to introduce them to the rest of the world.
So last year, the first ever 13U event took place, and it was a blast. There was a lot of giving back. There was baseball played on campus at the University of Oklahoma. Let's take a look back to prime you for this year to last year's inaugural 13U. All right, we looked back on 13. Let's get to 12. The first ever Select Festival at the 12U age group, and let's start with the East roster. And let's start with the young man out of Georgia. This is a big, big arm and a big, big talent. Kane's Southeast 12U team. His name is Jeb Craven.
Jeb Craven, listen, recently, Greg Gerard, one of our PG scouts, this is what he said about Jeb Craven. This is something that was wildly impressive this morning. Jeb Craven just turned 12 years old. He's up to 80 miles per hour with a hard slider and deceptive changeup. Darren, imagine that at this game. And then we have Connor Bass with Rawlings Prospects 12U.
Asked that Rawlings Prospects 12U team out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. He was all tournament at that 12U national team, like Craven was all tournament. In that outing, this young pitcher and shortstop went 8 innings, struck out 11. He was an MVP at a Super 25 event last year. Carson QUILLEN is out of Tennessee, Kane's South Central 12U stats team. This is a young man that tried out at the 13U national, kind of played up at a showcase.
And by the way, recently hit a home run, Darren, and we're going to see that a lot with a lot of these guys who are being selected for this, hitting the ball out of the yard, power at his age. I can't wait to see that in the game. And then we have Jaden Stroman out of Long Island Body Armor Titans, out of New York. And by the way, the younger brother of Major League pitcher Marcus Stroman.
Yeah, he has played for the HDMH, Height Doesn't Measure Heart Titans. Of course, Stroh's big effort there to give back to the youth at 13U team in New Jersey. He played in an event. He's already going past in height his brother. This is a young man who has done a lot. All tournament at the 12U World Series in 18 plate appearances. He had 14 hits and a walk. Folks, that's an .833 on base percentage. All tournament 2 times in the 2020 perfect game season. And Jaden Stroman joins us now. We thank you, Jaden, for spending time with all of us. The son of a law enforcement officer, Earl, your dad, obviously a big impact on your life. I want to start there. Tell me about the expectations that dad has, how he's impacted you as a young man, and probably how you're proud to make him proud to be part of this event.
Yeah, so obviously he saw the road with my older brother, and he kind of wants me to get the same point, so the expectations are pretty high, set to a high standard. And Marcus kind of set that bar through, so he kind of pushes me to the limits. So like when I get to those certain points, I know what I have to do in a certain situation.
Jaden, I haven't had a chance to see you play in person. I've seen some video. Obviously, I've seen some videos that your brother has shared of you. But from your perspective, tell me about the kind of athlete that you are. Give me as many adjectives as you can.
Well, competitive is definitely one of them. That runs in the family. Athletic. Pretty much everything that's a revolve around baseball IQ, but competitive is definitely like the main term that goes through there. Because pretty much everyone in my family played sports. Dad, football. Marcus played basketball, baseball. So, yeah.
So I saw that you went to the 2019 All-Star game with your brother. I've seen your brother share some videos, and you've got Miggy commenting on it. And I just want to know, from your perspective, having Marcus as your older brother, his mantra is height doesn't measure heart. And he's just been such a great role model for so many different kids. What do you gain from having Marcus not only as a brother, but also as a Major League Baseball player?
Well, that's pretty cool because I had the opportunity. Well, a couple of years ago, he actually took me to spring training. I think it was 2017, and I got to go down there and hang with the guys and learn some stuff, which was pretty cool. And then, like, every year during the summer, I go down with him and chill and go to spring training, which is pretty cool. But definitely the most coolest thing was the All-Star game because I got to hang out with, like, some of the best players in the MLB. Got to sit down and talk with, like, Alex Bregman. Got to watch between right next to Vladdy hitting those bombs, which is pretty cool.
You're not that old, but I want you to take me back to when you can remember vividly your first ever game of catch. Who was it with? What do you remember about it? What drew you to this game? The first time you can remember having a baseball in your hand, a glove on your hand, not the toddler catch, but a glove on your hand. The first memorable game of catch as you look back.
I'm definitely gonna have to say it was probably with my dad. He was pretty much there from the beginning, teaching me how to play. Then my brother came into it too, playing catch with me, teaching me how to hit and pitch. But yeah, definitely my dad. Dad was definitely the first person to play catch with.
You looked really, I guess, what is the word, drip? I mean, you had some great drip going with your the HDMH uniform, the throwback style uniform you wore recently. So that's kind of a mantra. It's a lifestyle. Look, you're growing tall, right? You're going to be taller than bro, right? But HDMH is not necessarily about height per se. It's about an attitude. What is that attitude?
The attitude to go on the field, be like, I don't care. This guy's bigger, smaller than me. Getting on the mound or getting in the box and knowing, all right, I got this guy. I'm gonna take this guy 450 to center.
My friend, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
Those three questions, by the way, folks, are the exact three questions I asked his older brother when he won a Gold Glove a couple of years ago at the Plaza in New York. Let's listen to brother's answers.
Son of a police detective who was himself undersized a little bit, and he worked really, really hard to get strong. He worked hard to be a leader. Talk to me about the impact your dad, as you celebrate something like this tonight, the impact your dad had on your life.
It's hard to put into words. I'm pretty much a spitting image of my dad as far as beliefs. He kind of taught me that I need to always believe myself first and foremost before anyone, and he kind of put that confidence in me from a very young age. So I'm very thankful for my dad, very thankful for my family, and everything and the sacrifices they've made to put me in the position I am today.
Do you recall your first ever game of catch? I mean, one that really made a difference where you thought, this is fun, I'm connecting with someone. I don't know who it was. What's your earliest memory of your first true game of catch?
I have a lot of early memories of catch. Probably more so throwing the football around my dad, and I honestly remember playing catch a lot with my mom too. My parents were divorced from a young age, but even when I went to my mom's, I just remember she would always be there to play catch with me, whether it be in the house, at the supermarket. She kind of was there to kind of still be that father-like figure even when I was away from my dad. So great dynamic for my family. I'm extremely thankful for them.
Stro, explain HDMH.
Yeah, height doesn't measure heart. Something that hits home to me pretty deeply. Just the whole idea of the undersized athlete, always being doubted from a young age just based off physical stature, and something that I see now from a younger wave of athletes and individuals. I see kids get discouraged just because of their physical stature, so I'm just here to promote and tell them that y'all can do whatever y'all want, being whatever size you guys are, and I'm kind of the poster boy for it, so go chase your dreams.
Fun conversation, fun to ask brothers the same question. Back to the roster. Richard Stegbauer, Kangaroo Court Ruse, 12U All-American out of Florida. He's been busy this summer. He's been successful this summer.
Yep, 3 hits at a recent PG event. I can't wait to see that bat. Next, we have Trevor Condon out of East Cobb Astros, 12U Orange. His sister, Brianna, we know all about her, inspires him on and off the field. He wears number 2 for her.
Yeah, she's a South Carolina softball commit. Had a chance to call some of her games nationally. That was a thrill to have brother involved. He's been all tournament at 11 and 12U PG World Series. I love the Ohio Kings program. They're active on social media. They develop great players, and James Haupt is one of their guys. He was all tournament at the PG 12U World Series, struck out 18 in 7 innings of work.
And he was busy during this pandemic. He would play catch and long toss. He did 100 push-ups, sit-ups, squats, toe raises every single night to keep up his strength. He loves Clayton Kershaw, and I can't wait to see him play. Next, we have Tyler Ellis out of FCA Blue Claws, 12U Hannah, and he's coming out of Florida, so he's going to be nice and tan and ready to rock and roll, Darren.
12U World Series man as well, like a lot of these guys. 4 2/3 innings, 10 strikeouts, a 500 on base. This is a left-handed hitter. This is a left-handed thrower. And a young man who plays with the Long Island Body Armor Titans. His name is Justice DeYoung. This is New York City through and through. He dreams of UCLA someday.
His parents have been the catalyst for him. His mom, Korean and Chinese, dad, Dutch and American. His dad's playing pro basketball in the Netherlands, and he loves Javi Baez. He is a complete package.
And joining us from New York City, a young man who we're thrilled to have on this roster, Justice DeYoung. Hey, Justice, when you found out, A, that this event was going on, and B, that you were selected, kind of walk me through your emotions, understanding what you went through this spring. Walk me through your emotions to understanding you're part of this first ever 12U All-American game, essentially.
I was really honored to be picked. It means that like I'm one of the top players in the nation, and that's great for me. I think I've worked really hard for it.
Justice, you are based in New York City, and I think that is so special, and it's so rare that we see someone of your talent level who comes through out of New York City. What has it been like for you staying game ready and just making sure that you were able to be selected for an event like this?
It's been pretty tough because like I've had to drive around the city to find parks and stuff to work out in. Just work on my hitting and speed.
And your dad, we talked about him a little bit before we got on. He played pro basketball in the Netherlands. You said he is Dutch and American. You come from a very beautiful family. How has his sports career and his background helped you become a better baseball player?
I mean, even though he still plays basketball, I mean, sports are sports. Like, you still have that athleticism that, like, transfers over to baseball.
So walk me out onto the mound. I pitched just a little bit as a young man into the minor leagues as well. Who are you as a pitcher? What are your keys? How do you get people out?
My key, I really like my curveball. I mean, I think I throw pretty hard for a 13-year-old, but my curveball still gets people off balance.
You also shared with me that you throw a heavy baseball. I'm glad you know what that means because hitters hate it. But when you say you throw a heavy baseball, take it a step further. Is that just a 2-seamer?
No, it's a 4-seamer.
Well, then describe what you've been told that it looks like when it gets to home plate.
I mean, I guess it gets there pretty quickly.
And it makes people uncomfortable. My final question for you, and thanks for hanging out with us, is the classroom, because you're not doing any of this without the classroom. My guess is your parents aren't letting you do any of this without the classroom. You dream of UCLA. You're a nor'easter who dreams of UCLA. Tell me who you are as a student and why you dream of UCLA.
I mean, I'm pretty much an A+ student, but I want to go to UCLA because, I mean, they look like a really good academic school, and their sports are also, like, really good.
All right, my friend, you're going to rep the big city in this event. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. DeYoung, thank you very much. Andrew Petrock, a shortstop, Kane Southeast 12U, also East Coast Sox 12U, that winter team. He's out of Pelham, Alabama. He's been to nearly a half dozen, or I should say a dozen PG events.
He hit 2 home runs on the 4th of July. He is frustrating pitchers, producing runs. This guy is going to be a menace on the bases. Now we have Joshua Murray from FCA Blue Claws 12U Hannah. He is a perfect game, 2-time MVP for hitting and some.
Yeah, I really enjoy who he is as a young man. Saniel is his mom, Marcus is his dad. His older brother, Marcus, he calls his inspiration. Enjoy our conversations. You and I have had them with Joshua Murray, a real quality family. Speaking of family, Jerimiah Berryman has overcome a ton. And his grandmother, Beverly Wheat, has been a big part of it. She's really the sole lead in his life. So Jerimiah, from this show to you, young man, you get a lot of credit for being here as part of this team. Stars Baseball, 12U, Ida Miller. Again, Jerimiah, congrats.
And this guy has been tearing it up recently as well. 2 home runs, 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 RBI, 9 total bases, Darren, and 2 stolen bases, all just a few weeks ago at a PG event. Next up, Cody Boschel, 5-star Tigers, DeMarini. He had 2 home runs, Darren, on June 14th. Like I said, these guys can hit it out of the yard already.
Yeah, all tournament Cody at the 12U World Series, had a .667 on base percentage, played great at the 12U Sunshine State Championship. He's been at 11 PG events. Dylan Knight, love being around him, his aspirations. He can play just about anywhere on the field. We'll get into that in just a moment. This is a young man who's outstanding in the classroom, principal's honor roll student, along with what he does on the baseball field.
And like I said, theme of this event, Darren, is the long ball. He also hit it out of the yard on July 4th. I cannot wait to see these guys get these grips and rips ready to go.
And Dylan Knight joins us now. Dylan, the kind of athlete that can play all over the field, and I love hearing about a man who's just a pure athlete. If I'm to turn you loose in a game, what is your favorite position now that you're playing at the All-American level? If I'm going to give you 7 innings, where would you prefer to play the most? And tell me why.
It would be shortstop because I just you get a lot of action there, and in every play you're moving around, so you're doing something on the field. So that's probably my favorite by far.
Dylan, I haven't had a chance to see you play, and this is so exciting that you've been selected for this event. Obviously, your talent level is extremely high. For someone who is just watching you for the first time playing, what do you want them to know about you as an athlete and as a person?
That I'm hard. I show a lot of hard work and determination, and my hustle on the field is really good, and I want to be able to make it to the highest level.
So we know that on top of being an excellent athlete, you're what are some of the reasons that your schoolwork and community service are so important to you?
Really just in case if I can't make it to the highest level, it's always good to have a backup. So I'd like to get a degree in school or somehow, some way.
So where does that come from, my friend? Look, you're learning by watching those who model for you, doing things like working away from school, volunteering, being a part of raising funds at Christmas time and delivering those to veterans. Where does that come from, the want to do that kind of community service?
Well, because whenever I did my junior angels, it was a thing. So you got your hours to funds for your college, application. So I kind of that and just helping and giving back to the community. Dylan,
right or a left-handed hitter?
Right-handed.
Okay, so right-handed, and you're getting set, right? So what are some of the keys to your swing? As you track that pitch in from your lower half to your hips to your hands, what are some of the keys to your swing? Describe it if I'm watching your side swing.
It would to be push my hands back and load with my front shoulder and they stay low with my swing and not prop up whenever I go to hit the ball.
Okay, do you have some sort of timing mechanism with your feet or no?
No, not really. It was whenever I load, I step because that's when you're shifting your weight back.
Okay.
But that's kind of how I just time my swing.
And so if I'm going to put you on a desert island and only give you one way to practice hitting, what way would you say, Sut, I've got to have this. This is my favorite way to practice hitting. What is it?
To have a coach throw to me, the machines that you see at hitting facilities, they're good, but whenever you can't see the arm motion, it's not as good because the spin's different. The ball's coming out a lot flatter. There's different arm angles you can throw it at.
So congratulations on being a part of this roster. Danny and I are proud of you, certainly. And by far so far, you are an all-hair All-American as well. I mean, that is by far the best hair in the league.
Thank you.
All right, pal. Have fun at the game, okay?
Okay.
Peace.
Thanks, Dylan.
And one of the best and most organic parts about all of this, Danny and folks, is the PG Cares Foundation, truly pushing forward the message and raising not the platform of baseball in this case, but the platform of life, giving back to those most in need, and maybe those who are dealing with autism at home, battling childhood cancer. And obviously, Danny, it's real, it's organic, and it's a big, big part of these events.
So we take these All-Americans and we go to different hospitals and we raise money for these children who are sick, who are battling something we know nothing about. And we hang out with them for the day and have this impact on these kids who just want to be regular kids for the day. They want to have a game of catch and they just want to talk to these guys who know that they have talents and they're able to do something that some of these patients will never be able to do. So it's really special. It's my favorite moment from these events. And I'm just so proud of the young men who go in there and just help these patients be regular kids for a day.
Yes, last year it hit home, and I mean very, very close to home at the 14U Select Festival.
That's why I can tell with your feet. You got quick feet. You're going to have on some shoes that help you to move around a little bit. You know what I mean?
All right, his name is Johan Antigua. He's 8, and what I like about him is that he's always smiling, always happy. He's never mad. Only sometimes, but when he doesn't get what he wants. When I found out that he had cancer, my mom picked me up from school, and because she was in the hospital the day before with him, and they were crying. So I got in the car, asked what happened, and she told me. And I just stood there and I just didn't say anything.
When I first had cancer, his friend's dad made cancer shirts for me. It said, "Cancer, you mess with the wrong kid, John Strong."
He's just like a warrior, like doesn't let anything bring him down, and he's always has a smile on his face. So and he's always fighting. So yeah, it impacts me to strive for more, to be a better baseball player.
He is the best brother, and like he does anything I want to do and all that.
It created more love, like I love you. They say that a lot more hugs, a lot more kisses. It bring them, this brought them real close. Amazing watching them. And they still fight and they're still getting each other's nerve, but at the end of the day, it's a special love.
All right, on to the West roster. This is a young man out of Santa Maria, California, Easton top-notch 12U national team, NIKO PEINADO. He does a lot of things well, and one of those is just elite speed, Danny. He had a .625 on base percentage at the 12U World Series.
Listen, we've been talking about guys hitting the ball out of the yard, but I love to see guys who can steal a bag, who like to get feisty and hustle on the base path. So I cannot wait to see that from NIKO. Next up, we have rookie Shepard out of Las Vegas, plays for the Las Vegas Rebels. This guy knows how to get on base, knows how to get guys home. He had 7 total bases, Darren, just this past July 7th.
This is a young man, the son of Darren and Rachel Roussel, rookie Shepard, his given name. Numbers have been big this summer, as you talked about. Texan Caleb Galindo, again, a great team, that Texas Canes Elite 12U team. He was the MV pitcher of the 12U World Series where he dominated.
That's the other half of this, Darren. I cannot wait to see the pitching from these young men. And speaking of pitching, Ethan Trahan throws a knuckleball. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, a knuckleball, and it's been effective. So he's with the Scottsdale Dirtbags, and they play up a ton. As a matter of fact, he played as an all-tournament team member at the 13U West World Series, went 3 innings, struck out 6, along with that floater. I've got to get inside his head about that. 72 miles an hour he touched with his fastball as well. Ethan Trahan, Scottsdale, Arizona. And we're excited to go, well, it's home for me, so I'm honored to talk to Ethan Trahan, who's just up the road in Scottsdale, Arizona. This is a studioed show from around the country. Congratulations, Ethan. I'm a little biased to have an Arizonan on the roster. Tell me a little bit about the Dirtbags. Tell me a little bit about your program. Obviously, you play a high level of travel ball. This is your chance to pump them up just a little bit because you're one of the best players in the country at this age group.
Thank you. Yeah, the Dirtbags, we like to play up and stuff because we're a very good organization, and we have our own facility where we train and work to get better and better every day. And play around the country, very good, of course. And we got very good coaches, awesome coaches.
Real quick, give me a couple by name, and then I'll let Danny jump in.
We got Mike Mitchell, Tim Esme, Paul Chavez, and Chris Newstrom is a good, very baseball player on the organization.
Nice.
Awesome. So Ethan, left-handed pitcher, recently in June, you struck out 6 in 3 innings of work at a PG event. I haven't seen you pitch in person, man. I can't wait to see it, but walk me through the kind of pitches that you throw and how you throw them.
So I usually throw a fastball, a changeup, a knuckleball, and a curveball. But I have been working on my knuckleball more lately, and with my curveball, I feel like it's good. I'm pretty comfortable using it. And just going up to like the 60-foot distance is a little different for me because I'm 12. I only play on 50 feet. And so the knuckleball dies a little bit before the plate sometimes. But other than that, everything's good.
And I'm sure that you have been working on these this summer. It's been a weird year during the pandemic. And so I'm wondering, for you, how has training been? What is life like right now? And how are you kind of navigating this moment and making the most of it?
The coronavirus has messed up a couple things, but back in the past couple months, we've been getting back to it, started practices, been training in the facility. But before that, we were practicing at home and stuff and throwing in the cage, hitting in the cage, and working out in the garage sometimes.
I've done my best to stay quiet. A knuckleball? Where in the world? Like I got to know about the knuckleball. Where did it come from? Where did you learn it? Give me some. Just bring it to life. Like I've done my best to shut my mouth until she was done. A knuckleball. Tell me about it.
So I just saw it when I was like 9 years old, and I just started throwing it, and it started to get better and better. And like when I was 11, it really was there. It was really good. So it just came on to me, I guess.
Hey, so when I run into you in 10 years, Ethan, that'll make you 22. When I bump back into you, and I'm very, very old, what will you be doing when you're 22, when we bump into each other in 10 years?
I hope I'll be playing Major League Baseball.
Well, for now, you're off to a good start, man. Congratulations on being a part of this event. Have fun in Georgia, just outside of Atlanta at the East Cobb Complex. Go get them. Rep AZ for us.
Yep, I will.
All right. Congrats.
Next, we have Kevin Roberts Jr. He plays for TPL Pro Elite 2024. Darren, Kevin Roberts is 5'9" and weighs 154 pounds at his age.
Yeah, he just turned 12. This is a brand new 12-year-old, and yet he played at the 14U WWBA. That's right, I said 14U WWBA. He did well. He had 2 singles, had a double, had a walk. Kevin Roberts taking it on and playing up. Hunter Boulin is a young man who's out of Garland, Texas, and Hunter, the Texas Canes elite. You'll hear that travel team a lot. A talented left-handed hitter.
Yeah, and not only that, he knows how to be patient at the plate. He knows how to hit the ball out, and he knows how to bring his guys home. Valentin Regalado from ZT Elite 12U Nava out of Texas. This guy also knows how to get it done. Recently, a lot of RBI, a lot of hits, and some walks, some stolen bases. So he's an all-around player.
And he's strong. He's behind the plate. He's a catcher, already 6 feet tall, 210 pounds, the son of Stacy and Valentin III. That means Valentin is the 4th young man and all-tournament team member at the 12U World Series. He might be catching Logan Shields out of Missouri City, Texas, ZT Elite 12U Nava, his travel team, the son of Stacy and Jason.
And not only can he pitch, Darren, we see this a lot at this age, he can also hit, scoring 3 runs. He earned 3 hits, drove in 3. He hit the ball out too, so he's a two-way player right now, getting the job done. So is Cooper Schrum from Belton, Missouri, part of KC Crusaders. He comes from an athletic family. Oh, by the way, he and I both share the same love for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Well done, well done. As Luke Sabres is his head coach, he gives him a lot of credit. It's Vandy or it's Arkansas. Even though he's 12, he dreams of those places to play college baseball. Cooper Schrum. And Cooper Schrum hangs out with us now. Cooper, we appreciate your time. Look, congratulations on being part of this team. Danny and I are excited. We've seen this at the 13 and the 14U age group. This Select Festival now brings your age group in at 12U. When you first found out about it, just kind of walk me through how you took in the reaction and maybe when you had your first moment alone to think about it, what were kind of the thoughts that went through your mind when you found out you essentially are an All-American at the 12U age group?
I was like really excited and happy, and I was really unexpected.
How'd you find out, dude?
I was in the car driving to South Carolina.
And phone call, text, pigeon flew by with a note. What happened?
Phone call.
Okay, nice.
That's awesome. Cooper, I know that you come from a pretty athletic family. You've got mom and dad right now helping you out with this video call. So let's talk a little bit about them for a second. Mom played basketball and soccer in college. What influence has she had on you as a person and helping you play the sport that you love?
She coached me in basketball, and yeah.
Okay.
You're doing great. You're doing great, by the way, Coop.
And as far as, what do you think about your mom? What kind of person is she? And why do you love her so much? Because she has done so much for you.
She's supportive. She helps me through everything.
That's great. And how about dad? So dad played baseball in college for Dave Van Horn, who is now at Arkansas. What have you learned from dad?
He pitched, and yeah, I learned from him.
Mm-hmm. And as far as, some of the things that dad's taught you or helped you with to become a better baseball player, can you tell us about some of those things that maybe he's been able to pass on to you?
You got to work harder than everybody and improve every day.
I've just got one more for you. You're a Cardinals fan. You like Matt Carpenter. I like Matt Carpenter too. I think he's fantastic. What do you like about that team? And why do you want to be a Major League Baseball player?
I just want to be a Major League Baseball player because it's just a goal for me.
Nice. Good stuff. Good answer. That's a very good answer. What do you love about this game? No one has to help you answer that question. What do you love about it?
I just like having fun and spending time with my friends.
Yeah, friends is a big part of it, isn't it, Cooper? I mean, for me, I played a little bit in the minor leagues, and the one thing I took with me is not that high ERA and giving up a bunch of hits and being terrible in the minor leagues. I had a bunch of really good friends, and so the relationships are important. Are you a good teammate? And if you're a good teammate, tell me why.
Yeah, because I'm a good teammate because when they get back in the dugout, if they get out, I just pick them up and
encourage them, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that
That's
karma comes right back to you. You know that, and one of the ways it's coming back is you're one of the best players in the country at your age group. Hey, man, we appreciate you and your family hanging out with us for a little while. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Josiah Andrade is next up from Texas Canes Elite 12U out of California. Josiah knows how to get on base, he knows how to score, and he knows how to get it done with the long ball too.
Here's what's fun about Josiah to me. He is now taking it down a younger generation, albeit brother's generationally. His brother Jordan was a part of the first ever Select Festival at the 14U back in 2016. His brother Jordan is going to UNLV. Now Josiah is out there. That's cool to me. Brother, both Select Festival athletes. Lale Esquivel is a young man for the Texas Canes Elite 12U athlete. He's already committed to Miami.
Man, that is so cool. Another first that we have, Darren, committed to Miami at his age. By the way, though, besides the talent that he has on the field, he's a straight A student and said that grades are the most important thing to him. Next, we have Brendan Lewis from Easton Top Notch 12U National. Shortstop pitcher. He knows also how to get it done with his bat. He knows how to get it done with his glove, too.
MVP of the 12U World Series. This was crazy in that event. He had 15 hits, including 4 home runs. Huge numbers. 11 of his 15 hits were for extra bases. Grady Emerson will go to the mound if you need him or play on the middle infield. He's a left-handed hitter. We thank his mom, Deanna, who's in nursing during these challenging times. His dad is Brandon.
As you said, he can play all over the field, so we're going to get to see a little bit of everything from him. He also can hit it out of the yard. He knows how to draw walks. He has patience. I think that's so impressive at this age, Darren, when we see guys being able to draw walks and also use their bat in so many different ways. Rounding out the West, Jack Armijo out of San Lorenzo, California, part of the 12U USA national team. He plays for La Marinda Arsenal.
Yes, he is dreaming of Vanderbilt or Oregon State or Arizona State. He is the son of Steve and Jennifer. This is a great pitcher, but also a great defensive first baseman. And from California, Jack Armijo joins us. Jack, congratulations on being a part of the first ever 12U Select Festival team. I'm biased. I'm a Californian myself, so you've got a little bit of traveling to do. When you found out about being selected to this game, and you've got some other great experience playing baseball, but what did it mean to you to be selected to this inaugural PG event?
It was honoring, and it was humbling because I got an opportunity of a lifetime right now to show what I got to compete.
Jack, we know that you played for the 12U national team last year. Tell me something about that experience that you will remember forever.
That I got to be a part of a team that was going to compete and try to win a World Cup and try to win it all to represent our country.
Yeah, that is so amazing. And obviously your talent level is extremely high, and it's because you're not only good at what you do, but you're also watching people who are very good at what they do. Cody Bellinger is somebody that you like to watch. And I'm wondering, you're from California, obviously he's on the Dodgers. When you watch Cody Bellinger play, the reigning NL MVP, what do you like about his game that you try to apply to your game?
A lot of stuff. Like his power swing, I try to implement that in my game. His infield skill, his full potential, I try to implement in my game.
Jack, California's been challenged from the get-go with this pandemic, and just when things move a little forward, they move a little bit back. How have you handled it? What kind of workouts have you been able to do? How creative have you become? That's the one thing that's happened. We've all become creative. Talk to me about how you've worked through this coronavirus time.
I've been doing a lot of tee work, a lot of throwing, and I've been going one-on-ones with my coaches, pitching and hitting. That's all I've been doing, training.
Have you found that you've actually maybe made the most of it, that you found a silver lining, that if you were playing games and going to school, you wouldn't have developed as much? Have you actually found that you've bettered yourself because of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's caused you to focus a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a quick anecdote about each one of your mom and dad. Let's start with Jennifer. Tell me about your mom. Tell me about the impact she's had on you, not only as a young man, but as an athlete. Tell me about mom's impact.
My mom always put hard work on me. She always been pushing me a lot. Yeah, she pushed me to the limit. and stuff like that. She pushed me like so I get tired and stuff. Like she pushed me a lot so I can succeed.
And your dad, Steve?
Yeah.
Tell me about him.
My dad, he pushes me as hard as he can so I can be great one day. And he does a lot for me, pushes me to the limit. I can't thank him enough for pushing me because I wouldn't be here if it had been.
Well, congratulations. By the way, who's helping you set up like the big set in this truck here? It looks like there's a backdrop behind you. Somebody's holding it. Go ahead, be the cameraman. Move around. Show me your crew. I need to see your crew before we go. Who's there? Come on, you can move it around. Who's in there?
My sister right here.
Okay.
My sister, my brother, and his girlfriend.
All right, tell them to pop in the shot. Come on, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Nice job. We'll have a production assistant fee for you. We appreciate you helping out. Nice job. Thank you very much. Hey, congratulations on being part of the Select Festival. We appreciate it. Jack, and Team Jack. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
All right, peace. Be well. Love the scene in the car. Love the family helping out the younger bro do that big interview. That was a fabulous way to end things. Danny, final thought on this event?
Yeah, I'm just really excited and happy that these young men have a chance to shine. It's been a really hard year, a really hard summer for them, and they have continued to practice, to train, to stay ready, and now they get this incredible opportunity as the first class to play in this event and just be able to have fun and be kids. That's the best part of this game.
Sunday, August 30th, right here, perfectgame.tv from the East Cobb Baseball Complex, 1 o'clock Eastern. Watch it, enjoy it. We'll re-air it, but watch it live and support these athletes. We'll tell the stories of all these athletes as well. And as we say goodbye, great job, Danny.